Okay, Merry Christmas, everybody. It is Christmas Day. Hope everybody's having a good Christmas with family and friends. I'm gonna have a good breakfast, and then today I'm gonna make a big Christmas dinner with, stuffing and mashed yams or something, and cranberries, and just I even got some little pies, so I'm gonna have all that kind of stuff. Just say that I love you, and Merry Christmas and all that kind of fun stuff. So Brianna, I hope you're having a Brittany, I hope you're having a wonderful, good Christmas. I hope you're spending some time with your mom and grandma and everybody today. Your package was, I don't know, they didn't, I guess you have a new address. So the package that I sent to you, I guess, didn't get to you. So I'm gonna make another package because I don't have regular house, so so they don't have any place to really send it to return the Christmas package that I sent to you. So I'm just gonna make another one, and as soon as somebody gives me a house number I can send it to, a place I can send it, whatever, then I will do that. Preston, I hope you're having Preston and Katie and Atlas and Hendrix, I hope y'all are having a fun Christmas. First Christmas for little Hendrix. And so I'm going to be giving you a call here in a little while. So hopefully we can talk some today. I really had fun talking with you. It was about an hour-long talk the other day, and that was a bunch of fun, man. I enjoyed talking about your mom and all that fun stuff. So I hope Atlas is there with you today. Hope his mom gets to. I guess I won't talk about all that kind of stuff, but hey Jeffrey, give me a call, man. I got a big Christmas package. I mean, you got 7 folks in that house, so I would like to send this Christmas package to you. I hadn't heard from you yet, which is kind of I'm kind of surprised, but anyways, so Adriana, Merry Christmas to you. Desiree, Destiny, Bryson, and Xavier, Merry Christmas. Tell your dad to give me a call. Or your mom, one of the two. And let's see, or email, either one. And email, no, just give me a call. Brenda knows the number. Brenda has, she has my phone number, so she knows what it is. And then Brianna, I got your stuff in that package with Jeffrey stuff, so one of y'all give me a call, or both of you. That'd be great. Wow, that'd be really neat. But had fun getting the stuff. Be a lot of fun you know, being on the phone with you or being with you when you open it, but, you know. Let's see. I will say to Jennifer, if you happen to watch this, hope you're having a Merry Christmas. And I don't know too much of what's going on with you. Matter of fact, I don't really know anything what's going on with you. But hope you're having a Merry Christmas. Well, and I guess I'll say it to my folks. So, Merry Christmas. Something that I've kind of shown people but haven't explained to it. All right, Merry Christmas. So, but actually Christmas is about Jesus and Mary, right? Merry Christmas. Some people would say that this image is about a gift, right? The temple of God, the body of God, right? So let's talk about Christmas gifts. Right. G-I-F-T. The birth of God, right? No man knows the day or the hour that God returns to earth except the Father. And since I'm dead, and let's just see. So we're talking about God, right? That's 7 plus 15 plus 4, right? 7, the 15th letter in the 4th, right? The truth shall go forth, G-O, right? The truth shall go forth. The truth of what? God, right? G-O-D. So you might say this is the Gospel of Matthew. So we're talking about God. Christmas is about God's birth. Now the Mormon religion would like to just say it's just Jesus and that Jesus is somebody different than God, but that's because they appeal to a different God. They often want to talk about the God of authority, right? And so they have something called general authorities, GA. So we'll talk about that here in just a minute. So God's birth. Well, God made man in His own image, or God made Himself. God made His own image, and that is 9, and then 13, 1, 7, and 5. All right, so that's 9, 26. See, God can see. He has at least one eye. But or if we take each of those letters, we have the 9 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 7, 5. That also equals 26. See, God made man in His own image. In the image of God made He him. So now we have, okay, so we're talking about God. We're talking about the date, right? And if you have faith in God, faith is 6, 1, 9, 20, and 8, which is 44. Or if you go 6, 1, 9, 2, 0, and 8, that equals 26. And 26 and 44 equals 70. So now we have 9, 26, and 70. So, and then, so God, image, faith, and then his body, which is his temple, right? Temple. And that equals 20 and 5 and 13 and 16 and 12 and 5 equals 71. GA, right? You might say general authority, or who was our famous General George, right? George, or Georgia, right? That's where I happened to be born, was in Georgia. But also if you go 2, 0, 5, 1, 3, 1, 2, and 5, that also equals 26. So we have Georgia, so 9, 26, 70 in Georgia. Or on Georgia, I should say, not in Georgia. And so 21, or 26 and 71 equals 97. So does this. So does this. And so does that. So someone could deny that if they want, but that's just denying truth. You know, so why would you want to deny truth? Doesn't make much sense. So in Mormonism, they call, so this is the God they worship in Mormonism. Maybe not knowingly, but, well, now they know, so maybe they can change their mind. But they really have a thing for authority. And they basically almost worship general authorities. So you have a general authority. And the general authority is also sometimes called a 70. Again, that's the year that I was born. And they used to call me George. Of course, my dollar is a little different. Sometimes I don't like to say this, but you know, so you got George Washington has a dollar, and that's Brainwashington, D.C. They made a dollar that's made out of cotton, so that everybody would become cotton-picking slaves, picking cotton rather than choosing God. My dollar would be maybe closer to like a sand dollar. Of course, that's the name that I use here is often Sandy. But yeah, that's anyways. So do we say Merry Christmas, or do we say Sister Mary, or do we say Edna Christmas? Um, so my mom will remember some of the Christmas decorations she made when she first married my dad. Um, but so my dad married my mom even though she already had me, a son. And there was a little drummer boy in my life as well. that'd be my birth dad, Sanford Ralph III. I'm the fourth. But again, so you have Edna Alice Stone, and she became a Ralph. So plus R. So that's, Easter. And she'll remember she has some Christmas decorations that she made when she was a little younger, and there's one made out of egg cartons. Because Easter and Christmas are actually the same day. But, a lot of folks didn't want to believe that. That's why they stoned me, My mother's maiden name was Stone. And they used to say, hey, we don't stone you for your good works or, for your revelation. We stone you because you, being man, claim that you're God. Or you being mere man, claim that you're God. And so that's why they stoned me. And so my mother's maiden name was Stone. Of course, then it became E-A-R, right? If you want a clue, George Clooney, right? Sandy George, Georgia. Mother Earth, right? E-R-T-H is how you spell that. If you're just using the actual sounds, Earth. You could put the E-A-R, and that would be my mom's name. But that's Edna, and then Ralph. That was her previous married name, was Ralph, R-O-U-T-H. But Mother Earth. Right? Anyways. And so, I don't like saying this one either, but I'm going to say it just to give you, my mom's middle name is Alice. And this may not be the best example, but it's just another thing for you to have a little faith in. Of course, the story is Alice and the rabbit, right? Or the Easter bunny. Easter. Edna Alice Stone became Ralph. Easter. But, anyways. Yeah, the idea of Christmas being in December, that's from people who deceive. It's a deception, right? Deception. My mom's been shunning me for a while. That's because her actions speak louder than words. But that's what happens. You know, you feel like when you're being shunned, you're like, what are you saying? I have a mother? Because a mother is not someone that shuns you. Because that's not what mothers do. That's not what a mom does. Moms don't shun children. Unless they're a different religion, Jehovah's Witnesses. I guess Mormons are known for doing that. Don't shun September in favor of a deception. But a lot of people will, there's a lot of videos on YouTube now about Christmas being a bad thing and stuff. There's some truth to the original deception of that. The thing is, it is what it represents to you now. So for Christmas, for most folks, it's about you know, God being born. But it's my favorite thing about is that it's when families, you know, get together and experience, you know, the love of the holidays, and so the love of each other during the holidays, and it's a good thing. But I would say, if you see videos on there that talk about, you know, they're often titled, you know, like the truth about Christmas, or the occult, or I shouldn't even say that, because the truth about Christmas is actually a good thing if you have a faith, right, in a gift of God. The gift of the Son, but the Son who is the Father. Anyways, the Son that is the Father is, right? God is love. 9:26. Anyways, these videos that try and make you think bad things about Christmas, don't watch them. Because while you live in an economic system, because you've decided to pick cotton, whether they make it a digital form of the cotton, or because I know they're working on doing that kind of stuff too, but you know, no matter how you think about it, what I want you to do is to love getting together as family, and during a time of year when it's cold outside because people have gotten so far away from God, that you know, it's a time of year when people are often kinder to each other. So yeah, I just very much like the idea of people getting together and doing kind things for each other during Christmas and stuff. So I love you. Merry Edna Christmas. I guess I should say Edna Merry Christmas. You know, Edna Merry Christmas. E equals MC, you know, squared. But let's just think about something different than because I also proved it with science. Edna Merry Christmas, right? So E equals MC squared. Who was that? That was Einstein, right? His theory of relativity. Well, first that was called special relativity. Sanford Routh. That was my name when I was, before my mom married my dad. So special relativity. What's special relative? I guess you could say I'm your special relative. And so when was the theory of special relativity published? September 26th. So And by the way, Galapagos Islands, Darwin was there. He was at the largest island in the Galapagos, also on September 26th. And for those of you that want to say that you're descendants of apes, and that you should think about the world not needing God, well, the movie Planet of the Apes, the end of the movie was to let you know that if you're a people that ends up shunning God in favor of evolution, which is not the right word for what they're talking about, but it's the word that people say. So, but if you shun God and you become a Planet of the Apes, that you're just descendant of apes, you're ape people, then you'll end up like at the end of Planet of the Apes. They were at the Lincoln Memorial, and it was a police state. It was all a bunch of apes there to so Abraham Lincoln is the guy that's on the penny, right? And the penny is made of copper, right? So, and those were a bunch of ape cops, persons in government, pigs. So when pigs fly, they end up being in helicopters. So not every pig was inhabited by them, but the evil spirits went into the pigs, didn't they? And then, so what do you put inside of a piggy bank? You put your pennies, right? When you're a kid, you put your pennies in there, right? Copperheads, right? Serpents. Serpent the law, right? And the law was introduced how? In the form of 2 tombstones. Because if you love laws and you love ordinances, you die. You die in the law. The law is what condemns. God forgives. If you think about God and Satan, and one of them wants you to pay a price, and one of them wants you to be free, it's me that wants you to be free, and it's the devil that wants you to pay the price. That serpent. So the serpent, the law, the one who wants to be a god. He wants to be a god of authority. And so, not a good thing, because that's what makes people slaves. And slaves are people that have to obey. And so, authority always wants people to obey, right? They want to obey the laws and ordinances. And that's slavery. That's why they introduce, you see, I don't book people. God doesn't book people. I don't do that. Religions and governments book people. Why? Well, what do you do when you put a book together? Well, first it has to be bound, right? Because it's a binding thing. It's a spell-binding thing, right? Spell-binding books. And so that's slavery. That's bondage. That's stocks and bonds and all that kind of thing. I don't know if y'all ever get it. I don't know if y'all ever understand it. I'd just like you to stop being a part of that deception. And then when people get married, right, and they're supposed to have their marriage between each other, and, if you want to say between each other and God, that's one thing. But if you say between each other and the state, then you have, after you get married, a reception. So they're shunning September again by choosing the state. And the state right? That's the serpent tree, the serpent tree ate. They ate of the serpent's tree. the tree of death. And so they make all these books, you know, these law books and religious books, and you know, they're filled with all the knowledge of good and evil. But I told people, stay away from that, you know, because that will introduce authority to you almost every time. So, all right. I love you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody.